All right, guys, let's look at some college basketball picks for Monday, March 6th slate of games. Before we get into our picks tonight, right now, all memberships on our website, bearsprofitplays.com, are half off. For low as $5 a month, you can get our best plays for the month. We are running the discount for championship week in college basketball and the start of March Madness. So you only have 2 weeks to take advantage of this deal. Go get yourself a membership and let's keep winning. All right, Trey, let's take a look at our picks from last night. Start us off.
Yeah, we went 0-2, even though I feel like me and Bear both should have went 1-0 and finished 2-0 as a team, because both of our games were kind of BS for how it turned out. For me, Furman was absolutely dominating in the first half, was up and covering the spread alone in the first half, and then just self-demolished in the second half and blew the whole lead, and it was very frustrating to watch, especially since Furman is easily the better team and beat them by 40 points in their previous matchup. But Furman did come back again, and they forced OT and won, but did not cover. So it was a little frustrating, but on to today.
Yeah, I had Indiana minus 3.5 at home against Michigan. Oh, boy. A lot happened in this game. Most of it not good for me, not good for us, for the community, for my record, for my mental health. It's been 5 hours after the game, and I still think I had the right side in a loss. A loss is a loss, so obviously it wasn't the right side, but I know some of you can relate to what I just said. Indiana came out great in this game. They got up 27-15 in the first 12 minutes. Michigan made a run at the end of the first half, cut it to 2. Indiana came out sleepwalking in the second half. They got down by double digits. I was flipping back and forth between the Indiana game and the Furman game. I said Furman's up by 18 points. I'm going to put all my eggs in one Indiana basket here. I give the Hoosiers credit for making a comeback. They force overtime. And in overtime, they get up by 6 points. Some call it 7 points. I know it was 7 points. When Cobb hit that corner three, they reviewed it, called it 2. I understand it's part of the game. So they had a 6-point lead. Hunter Dickinson on the other side hit a straightaway three at the top of the key. Indiana fails to score any more points in the game. And the icing on the cake in this game, if you know me, if you've been following our channel, my only thing in basketball I care about, I can take you not playing well, but if you don't make your free throws, that sends me over the edge. Indiana Race Thompson, 4 free throws attempts in the final 45 seconds, 4 of them 0 for 4, and Indiana wins by 2 points. We have minus 3.5. He's a great kid. He's young. He's talented. He just can't make a free throw. But brutal day on college basketball picks for us on YouTube. And my NBA pick on YouTube. I did a little spiel on NBA as well. So both games I felt like should have been wins, but they were losses. But that's how it goes. Made me get in the lab today and find winners today. And both of my plays today are juicy for NBA and college. But let's get into those picks for tonight. Trey, start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to be attacking the Sacramento State at Weber State game. It's not really at Weber State since it is the beginning of the Big Sky Conference tournament. And Weber State has been great in battling in the Big Sky this season with a 12-6 conference record. In fact, 2 of those conference wins have been against Sacramento State, winning at home by 2 points and at Sacramento State by 3 points. So both games have been very competitive, but Weber State is led by 6'6" forward Dylan Jones, who's averaging an absurd 16.6 points and 11 rebounds a game. And Sacramento State has been struggling in conference play with a 7-11 conference record. The Hornets are led by 7'" Callum McRae, who averages 12.8 points and 9.3 rebounds per game. So it'll be fun to watch these two big guys go at each other. And my favorite thing about this matchup is that both teams are heading into it very healthy. Nobody is on the injury report, so it should be just as fun and competitive as the other two matchups this season. And something to note in this game is that the under has hit in 5 straight matchups between these two teams dating all the way back to 2021. And that's the reason why I'm going to be taking the under here of 126.5 points. That is not a lot of points at all. I feel like Vegas is trying to get us to smash the over, but it's not happening here, not happening with me. And the reason why I love this play, there are 10 teams in the Big Sky Conference. Weber State is ranked 9th in scoring, only scoring 67.5 points per game. Sacramento State is dead last 10th with 66.1 points per game. Neither team loves scoring at all. And the 2 games that these 2 teams have played against each other earlier this season have been very, very low scoring. First one combined for 101 total points, and the second one finished with 98 total points. Nobody loves betting the under here, but the trends are heavily on the under, and I love this play. So give me the under on a line that I feel like Vegas is begging us to smash the over on.
Trey, I will ask, is it Weber or Weber?
Weber.
Is it Weber? It's Weber, 100%?
Mm-hmm.
You learn something new every day. I thought it was Weber this entire time.
I mean, that's
all
just
right,
how they pronounce it whenever they're talking about Dame Lillard on ESPN. Yo, he's
Okay,
from
all right.
Weber State.
I trust you. I trust you. Learn something new every day, I guess.
Hey, the community will roast me if it's wrong, so put it down in the comments and back me up if I'm right.
Yeah, for my pick tonight, I'm going with two plays. I know some of you don't like two plays, but I'm giving you two plays. It's the last game on the slate. I'm going to make you stay up for it. I stayed up till 3 a.m. watching the Dons on Saturday night. I don't regret anything because that was a great game, an amazing game. It's the San Francisco Dons against Gonzaga. The play will be San Francisco plus 13.5 points and the over 159.5 in this game. If you are sane and you were asleep before 3 a.m. on Saturday night, you missed a great game. San Francisco came back from a double-digit deficit and beat Santa Clara in double overtime. San Francisco was down by 10 points in the final 4 minutes of the game, and their best player, I don't know how to describe it. I'm just going to call him Damian Lillard. He could not miss a three. These were bombs from deep and almost looked like a magnet was on the ball, and no matter where he shot, no matter what the shot looked like, it was wet every time it went up. San Francisco beat Pacific. Now they beat Santa Clara as the 6th seed in the West Coast Conference tournament. Now they get Gonzaga. I'm a little bit concerned about the fatigue, especially coming off that emotional win, double overtime, but these kids are young, right? They're playing for an NCAA tournament berth. They're going to give it their all no matter what. The last meeting between these teams, I'm almost positive I gave out over on February 9th on YouTube, and they scored 100 points in the first half combined. Gonzaga won that game 99-81 at home. Gonzaga in that game played outstanding offensively, but when Gonzaga went to San Francisco, they barely won 77-75. Gonzaga has the best offense in the nation, and when Shabazz is shooting the ball like he did last game, he can drop 40 easily on the weak Bulldogs defense. I expect Shabazz and Tyler Roberts to combine for at least 50 points in this game as they are fighting for their season not to end. This should be a very competitive game. The line, in my opinion, is kind of disrespectful, especially on a neutral court. I understand Gonzaga is good, but if you've watched them play this year, they are very beatable, and San Francisco is riding the momentum into this game from last game. Take the over 159.5 and take the Dons plus 13.5 tomorrow night. Teats?
Yeah, that's the best part about college basketball, especially when you get into the conference tournaments. This year, there's not a single team that really is stand out the best above the rest. So any dominant team that you would think can definitely be upset at any given night, and I do like that pick quite a bit. I'm going to be going back with the Penguins of Youngstown State versus Northern Kentucky Norse. That's all it is. It's Norse. This is the Barbasol Horizon League semifinal. They have Youngstown State at -2.5. I saw it at -3.5 earlier today, so they keep dropping it. The over/under at 138.5. Youngstown State's still a top 5 offense in the nation. They're still scoring 83.1 points per game, but defensively, 72.5 are given up. Offensively, though, they do shoot about 50% from the field, so they are dropping about half the shots they take. Northern Kentucky, they're scoring 68, allowing 64, but they are getting 9.4 steals per game. Their defense is very good about forcing turnovers and especially getting steals that lead to fast break points. Both teams are actually 4-1 their last 5 games. Youngstown State has big wins against Detroit Mercy. IUPUI, hey, that's how you do it, Robert Morris, 93-79. That's how you win that game. But speaking of Robert Morris, that is their one loss in the last 5 games. Whereas Northern Kentucky, they've beat Oakland twice in the past 5 games. They beat Detroit Mercy by 3, and they lost to Cleveland State. What's interesting about this matchup is this is 1-2 in the conference. It's a huge matchup, and they both have already shown throughout the regular season that they can go back and forth, and it's really hard and actually very difficult to determine who can actually come out with this because they both have shown that they are both really good. Northern Kentucky beat Youngstown State when they were in Kentucky 77-63. That's a 14-point game. And when they went to Youngstown State, 74-56. That is an 18-point game. So really it's basically it's a break. They don't bend, they break. One team wins double digits one way or the other. So Youngstown State, they've got Dwayne Cohill, 17.8 points per game. And I talked with Trey about it last time. We had the Youngstown State team talked about it on the pod. I can't believe it. Brandon Rush is back. I didn't know he had another year of eligibility. Maybe it's from COVID. Just kidding. Obviously, if you know Brandon Rush from the 08 KU team, that's who I'm referring to. This is not him. But he is averaging 14 points per game as well for the Penguins. Northern Kentucky has Marquez Warwick, who's averaging 19 points per game. For a team that's only scoring 68, he's really putting up some pretty big numbers for what the rest of the team can offer. They have Sam Vincent, who's scoring 11 points and 2.4 steals per game. And they have Chris Brandon, who has 7 points, but he does grab 10 boards. He does love to eat on the boards. I'm going to be going with the Penguins, -2.5. The money line might be a little bit smarter play, but the last time I took Youngstown State, they really, really let me down. And this is kind of the last-ditch effort for them to continue to be picked by me in the future. So anyone from Youngstown State, if you're watching this, lots of pressure on you because you'll be faded for the rest of eternity from me. But either way, I'm excited to watch this game. It's going to be a really great game to watch tonight. I'm just hoping that Youngstown State's offense heats up and goes off in a neutral court situation.
All right, guys, that'll do it for our college basketball picks and predictions. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching.